Hello folks, and welcome to another video. I hope this one does find you well. Got another I.F.R episode for you today. I follow roads, for those of you that prefer your descriptions in long form. Really enjoyed the last one I did. As I kind of expected, didn't get a lot of views. But the views it did get were from quality viewers. Hey, and thank you to those of you that shared your feedback in the comments, and for your broader support of this channel. It is appreciated. So yeah, enjoyed the last one, and that's the only reason I need to do another one, folks. As I record this one, a new weather engine thing. Is it a weather engine or a weather depiction app? Active Sky Next is what I'm talking about. That's the big news in the world of the Microsoft Sim. That's getting a lot of attention. I'm sure there's lots of videos out there featuring that. You won't see one here on this channel. I've got no interest in Active Sky Next for this sim at this time. I'm a supporter of Active Sky in previous sims. But I'd rather put my hard-earned somewhere else at this time in this sim. So yeah, but I'm sure you've got many other videos to choose from, folks. This one will not feature Active Sky. That was a long-winded way of saying you won't see it on this in this video, at least. What you will see in this video is this aeroplane. This is a beautiful Cessna Chancellor by FlySimWare. Just updated it. There's a few updates behind. This is not really looking at what the update to the aircraft has done. I.F.R, this series, I Follow Roads, is, well, it does what it says on the tin, folks. I'm going to follow a road in a pretty different part of the world than what I was in the last episode. And in this episode, I'll also add a little bit extra, because, you know, I like to give my viewers extra value. And I'll include a smile rating. I'll probably have to explain that again when we get to that segment, folks. I will. If you're not familiar with my now, you know, world famous patented smile rating system, where have you been? But I will explain it to you if you are not familiar. And we're going to look at the GA aircraft in my hangar. I had some a request to the last video that featured a smile rating, which I think was the Phenom, the other day. Looking a request basically asking to do one for my twins or something, and one for the GA or something to that effect. I'm going to do it GA, and I'll explain what I mean by GA when we get to that segment. It'll be a little bit later, but you can be assured that the aeroplane on your screen and the aeroplane we're going to go flying in today is on the list. Where on the list? Well, you'll have to stick around. You'll have to stick around, or just jump straight to it, because there will be a link in the description. Anyway, folks, let me show you the flight plan and where we are in the world today. And where we are in the world, folks, is north. Like, seriously north. The north of north. We're in the north of Alaska, folks. And a little place, well, very appropriate for this channel. Deadhorse. Deadhorse. I've been accused of beating a few dead horses over the years. And yeah, that's where we begin our journey. Prudhoe Bay, Deadhorse. Picked up some custom freeware for this one. I'll link to that in the description. And we're going to head kind of in a southbound direction, following a road. It's a road known as the Dalton Highway. The Dalton Highway, of course, named after the famed British actor of James Bond fame, Timothy Dalton. Hey, this was he had this named after him as a due reward for excellent performances in a couple of James Bond films. You know, in place of an Oscar, he had a choice. You can grab an Oscar, mate, or we'll name a highway after you. And he said, "I'll take the highway, thanks," because, you know, they give out Oscars to everyone, don't they? Yes, folks. Carrying on the tradition of crap humour from the last video, I don't know who the highway is named after. Someone will. Beginning in Deadhorse, flying in southbound direction, following the road for about 200 miles. We're going to follow it to a little place called Prospect Creek. So that's not the end of the Dalton Highway. The highway continues on down to Fairbanks, I think. But we're going to get off at Prospect Creek. Well, we're going to stop this video at Prospect Creek. I very much doubt anyone's going to be getting off today. Too old for that stuff, folks. Deadhorse to Prospect Creek. We're flying the Chancellor. We're going to try and do it VFR, 7.5. That'll give us clearance of terrain. And we've got about 223 nautical miles, so a decent sort of journey for us today. En route, as I said, I'll include a little smile rating segment. We'll have a look at some of the GA aircraft in my hangar and kind of where they sit in terms of my personal rating system, which is called the smile rating. Anyway, folks, I'll get us started and on our way out of Deadhorse. And welcome aboard, folks. It's a bit of a rocky road, this taxiway, heading down to the bottom of whatever this runway, it looks like runway 6 here at Deadhorse. Seems like a pretty good educated guess. Do have a little bit of GA traffic around, and they seem to be taking off of 06, considering the wind's pretty much straight down the strip at 20 knots. Kind of makes sense. So, when in Rome, folks. Now we've screwed up the. We haven't done this very well. We should be over here. We're not. Look, we're clear of the white stuff. That's a good strong breeze, isn't it? Now, we got any traffic on final? Doesn't look like it. We're pretty much right to go. We'll get some landing lights happening, some strobies, mixture where it needs to be. We've got local barrow set. We've got trims and all that sort of jazz. Oh yeah, sorted. Good to go. How are you, Kingy? You good, mate? There you go. All sweet. You got a couple of friends in the back as well. A couple of desperados joining us for the trip down to Prospect Creek this afternoon. 06 Deadhorse. Here we are. Gee, she's an undulating surface, isn't it? Oh, this is going to be fun. We'll just align the old heading bug, because that's what pilots are supposed to do. So we're going to make a kind of a left turn. Is it left turn? Actually, no, right turn after departure. And then onto track. I think we're pretty much good. Let's do it. Hey, I haven't flown this for a little while. Nice sounds in this aeroplane. Hey, give it a bit more juices. Go full juices and we'll release the brake. Like that. Let's do it. We're going to be airborne real quick. Airspeed alive. Already up through 60. Look at that. It helps when you've got 20 knots on the nose. Alright, we'll rotate about 90 or something, isn't it? This aeroplane. There we go. We can start rotating. Beautiful, does it? Nice. Nice to be back in the Chancellor. Definitely one of my favourites in the GA space. Which might give you a clue as to where it could appear later in the smile ratings. Anyway, folks, we are safely away. Nice smooth flying conditions considering we're 18 knots on the nose. I've got the turbulence dialed down a little bit. We'll come back on that juicy, and on the props we'll make a right-hand turn onto track. We've got some windshield icing by the look of it. We'll take care of that momentarily. We'll just get ourselves established on a southbound heading. We're going to enter clouds. So VFR at 7.5. Not going to work today. That's all right. We're already in the white stuff. On the clocks. Right, settled nicely in the cruise. We've got some clear air at this time. It's 7,500. The Sag River's underneath us, folks, and then the highway on this side. And it's all going swimmingly well, apart from an annoying headwind of about 20 knots. Got some hills coming into view. Lots of white, lots of little lakes. beautiful part of the world. Pretty remote, rugged. You need to be built of the tough stuff to live up here, I reckon. In doing research for this, well, and I use that word very loosely, research for this little adventure, folks, I came across a site from a person who's done the Dalton highway trip a couple of times, actually. A lovely woman, lovely, an Alaskan native by the name of Nicole. I thought I'd share her website with you for what it's worth. There will be a link in the description. I won't showcase it here in the video, but I found it quite an interesting read. Nicole, I think she's a dental hygienist when she's not travelling the world and making travel vlogs and blogs and chogs and whatever the other terms are the cool kids use, folks. Yeah, Adventures with Nicole is the name of the website. I'll next join you a little bit closer to our destination, and I'll share with you the smile ratings for the GA aircraft in my hangar. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy a whole lot of external views just like this. Alright, so we are about halfway, just over halfway into the journey, folks. 40 minutes in. I'm starting to get a bit nervous about the view I see out the front. We're cutting it a bit fine here in terms of our space from terra firma. Bloody Nora. I wasn't expecting to be that close to terrain. I actually thought we'd be in the valley rather than here. Are we in a bit of trouble there? I think we're going to clear it. I mean, there won't be much in it. We'll be right, folks. We'll be right. How about I cover the windshield with a graphic? That'll help. If you can't see out, you can't be scared. The graphic on your screen, folks, this is the smile rating system that I came up with, picked out of my arse in the Phenom video that I did. It's my way of kind of ranking. It's really about ranking my enjoyment of the aeroplanes that I have, not their quality. It's totally subjective, and it's all based on how much do I enjoy each aeroplane. How much do I smile when I'm flying them? Flight simulation is all about enjoyment for me, and most of the aeroplanes that I have in the hangar bring me a smile, including this one. Now, I'm only showing 8 in this list, the top 8, because the last time I did the smile rating, it had 8. So just for consistency, the top 8 GA aircraft in my hangar. The Chancellor sits at number 3, so it's right up there. It's 8 smiles. It has me smiling a lot. I was an early adopter of the aeroplane. I've enjoyed sort of being a part of its development journey. I think FlySimware as a developer. I think his name's Mark, isn't it? My apologies if I got that wrong, mate. FlySimware. I really like the approach they've taken to developing this aeroplane and also their Learjet, which is a fantastic bizjet. Would have mentioned that in the Fennel video. So yeah, the Chancellor's number 3. So I might work my way down from there and then I'll come back to the top 2. So underneath the Chancellor, I'd place the King Air, the analog King Air. I enjoy flying that bird. Featured it a few times here on the channel. Really like it, with steam gauges. Yeah, it's kind of unrealistic. I mean, Kingies in these days, they're not being shipped with steam gauges, but I flew a lot of King Airs in other sims that all had steam gauges. A King Air kind of feels right with steam gauges. That's just my opinion though, and I enjoy flying the black square analog King Air. Underneath that, it might surprise some people. This whole list, I don't imagine anyone else is going to agree with my list. You don't have to. It's not what this is about, folks. Completely subjective. Underneath that would be the Islander, which I featured in the previous I.F.R video, where we flew the Dawson Highway in Australia. Really enjoy that bird. I picked it up for a really good price. So I consider I've got great value from that aeroplane. and I've used it in FS Economy to generate a bit of virtual coin as well. It's yeah, I like it. Underneath that, and it's pretty close really, I put the Cessna 310, the Blackbird / Milviz Cessna 310. I like that aeroplane. Flew it a lot. Picked it up on sale. Picked most of these birds up on sale. So I consider I've got pretty good value from it. And I like it. It's a GA bird with a bit of character. So it's there on the list. Underneath that, I've got the Beach 18, which was a local legend, I think, in one of the updates to this sim. And with the mod, there's a mod that is available for it. It's nice. I like flying. It's got an old bird. It's got a bit of character. Again, steam gauges. There's a bit of a common theme here for me. Steam gauge aeroplanes is what I prefer. And yeah, I enjoy flying that for a different experience. And then sort of rounding out the top 8 would be the Stearman. DC Designs Stearman. Picked that up on sale. And that's a different experience. Old school, bit of character. It helps me to kind of imagine a different time in the world to fly that sort of bird and imagine what it would have been like back in the day. Yeah, enjoy the old biplane. So the Stearman rounds it out. Now, above the Chancellor, in position number 2, yes, it's a stock aircraft, the TBM 930. I keep coming back to that thing. Have done since I got the sim. Keep coming back to it. It's the only bird on the list that doesn't have steam gauges. But I forgive it for that. I just enjoy flying it. I don't exactly know why. I just enjoy it and have done since the early days of the sim. So used it a lot in FS Economy, and yeah, flown in all over the world in that thing. So I like the TBM. And drum roll please, the number 1 position goes to the Analog Baron. Yes, the Analog Baron. Black square. Love that thing. In terms of value, apart from perhaps the TBM 930, which kind of came with the sim, but in terms of payware value, the Baron has given me the most value, and it gives me the most smiles. I fly it everywhere. I fly it badly. I fly it inappropriately. But geez, it feels right. That aeroplane. I love Beechcraft. I love Beechcraft twins. So I'm at home in a Beech twin, and the Baron, the analog version of it in this Sims, yeah, it's got my number. I really enjoy it. So it's my top. Now there are a few notable exceptions from that list. My GA hangar is much bigger than this list, which I don't know whether it surprised me when I was looking through it. There's a lot of aeroplanes that I don't fly. Just too many. But there's a couple of notable exceptions. Now, I'm not going to call them out. There is one notable exception that would probably be on everyone's top 8 and probably would be the top aeroplane for a lot of people. And it's not on my list. See if you can guess what I might be talking about. Put that in the comments. Get your guesses in the chat, folks, and I'll either respond to you in the comment stream, or perhaps I'll answer it in a future video. But yeah, there's one aeroplane that would probably be towards the top, if not the top, in most people's GA list, but it doesn't even make my top 8. And it's not because it's not a good aeroplane, because it's a very good aeroplane, but it doesn't make me smile. Anyway, folks, we're about 20 minutes away from touching down. I'll see you for an approach into whatever that place was. What was that destination? What's our destination? too much talking about aeroplanes. Prospect Creek, folks. Prospect Creek. I'll see you for that. Alright, we've just commenced our descent into Prospect Creek, folks. Really enjoyed this journey again. It's totally different. Totally different. Massive contrast in terrain from the previous I.F.R. So Prospect Creek is 17 miles away. I don't know much about Prospect Creek. So 1,000 feet L, righto. Runways are 0119. So I'm going to guess that 19's probably the go for us. We're 16 miles away, down through 6 with 1,000 feet elevation. Righto, so 5. Yeah, we're kind of on profile, I reckon. Yeah, really enjoyed this journey. I mean, I spent a bit of time up here before in the virtual sense, in other sims, but you know, this sim takes it to another level. As I praise the sim, and you kind of have this hard this hard split of terrain. Look at that. I'm not sure the photogrammetry is of the highest quality in this part of the world. Yeah, the good conditions en route, and beautiful aeroplane. I'm smiling, folks. That's all that matters, right? I'll see you for the final approach. Looking like the runway's covered in snow, at least from this far out. Now crosswind's becoming a tailwind. Definitely choppy, isn't it? .30 knots now. I'll take second stage of flap. We might have pure tailwind by the time we hit the deck. This is custom freeware scenery. Just popped up on the TO not that long ago. There will be a link to it in the description, folks. They're fully fine on the props. It's looking like we're snowed in here. Slow ourselves down. We're coming in a little hot with the tailwind. It'll be pure tailwind, won't it? Oh, we're totally committed now, folks. The fingers are crossed and the sphincter's as tight as it can get. We're committed. Prospect Creek, runway 19, come hell or high water, or even snow, we're landing. There's 100 knots. Try and make it half decent, hey, after a really enjoyable flight. Complete white out here. Well, this will be interesting. Come back on the juicy. A bit difficult to judge the flare. Really difficult, actually. Are we on? We are now. That was pure luck. Anyway, folks, welcome to Prospect Creek, Alaska. Thank you for your company during another I.F.R. episode. If you want to share your sort of rating system in the comments, what are your top few GA birds? I guarantee they'll be different to mine, and that's perfectly okay, folks. Perfectly okay. Until we next meet, you stay well, you enjoy your simming, and bye for now.